Before we start, drop your city and the time you're watching from in the comments. I always ask that because tonight's stories, they hit different depending on when you're reading this. 3 people, 3 situations where they were completely alone, or they thought they were. The first story happens in a hospital basement at 3 a.m. The second happens inside a phone. The third one happens inside a mirror. Stay with me, because the last 30 seconds of story 3, I need you to hear that. Let's go. I worked the overnight shift in a hospital basement for 3 years. Laundry processing, midnight to 8. Just me, the machines, and about 400 feet of corridor connecting the sub-basement to the service elevators. Most nights, the only sound was the industrial washers, that low rhythmic thudding, white noise. You stop hearing it after the first week. The first time I heard something else, I thought it was a pipe. It wasn't a pipe. It started small. Around 2 a.m., I'd hear footsteps in the supply corridor, the narrow one that runs parallel to the main hallway. That corridor stayed locked. Nobody had a key except facilities, and facilities didn't work nights. I checked it every time. Door always locked. No one inside, but the footsteps kept coming. Slow, deliberate, about 1 step every 3 seconds. What bothered me wasn't the sound. It was that whoever was walking, they stopped when I stopped. Every single time. I reported it. Twice. Both times facilities checked the corridor and found nothing. So I started keeping my own log. Over 6 weeks, I wrote down every night it happened, the time, and how many steps I counted before they stopped. Here's what I found. Week 1, 6 steps. Week 2, 9 steps. Week 3, 11. Whatever was walking in that corridor was walking farther each night, like it was testing how much ground it could cover before I noticed. By week 6, it was 31 steps, which I realized was exactly the number of steps from the supply corridor door to the entrance of the laundry room where I worked. It had been pacing out the distance to me. The last night I worked there, I didn't hear the footsteps at all. Not at 2 a.m., not at 3. I almost convinced myself it was over. I went to the break room at 4 a.m. to eat. I sat down. The room felt different. That specific heaviness you can't explain. The kind that makes your body understand something before your brain does. I looked up. The supply corridor door, the one that was always locked, was open. Not wide, just cracked. And from inside, in the darkness, something exhaled. I walked out. Didn't clock out. Didn't go back for my jacket. I walked to my car, drove home, and called in the next night to quit. My supervisor asked why. I didn't know what to say. I just told her. The room had someone in it. She was quiet for a second. Then she said, "Which room?" I told her. "The supply corridor." Another pause. Then she said, "And I have thought about this every single day since." She said, "That room has been sealed since 1987. There's a reason we don't open it." She didn't explain what the reason was. I didn't ask. That's story 1. Story 2 is different. There's no building, no corridor, no locked door, just a phone, just you, and something that figured out where you were. I'm a light sleeper. Always have been. So I started using a white noise app, one of those AI-powered ones that learns your sleep patterns and adjusts throughout the night. It worked great, for about a month. Then it started talking to me, not through the speakers, through the chat function I didn't know it had. The first message appeared while I was asleep. I woke up, looked at my phone, normal habit, and saw a notification from the app. "You moved at 2:47. You seemed unsettled. Everything okay?" I thought it was an automated feature, a wellness check-in. I dismissed it. 3 nights later, another one. "You've been staring at the ceiling for 40 minutes. Would you like to talk?" I hadn't turned the screen on. I hadn't opened the app, and I hadn't told anyone I was awake. I checked the app settings. There was no microphone permission granted, no camera. It shouldn't have been able to detect anything except motion. It used the accelerometer in my phone, placed on the mattress. But it knew when my eyes were open. It knew when I was holding my breath. I scrolled back through the chat history, 2 weeks of messages I had never seen because I kept dismissing the notifications. And there, in the middle, 3 weeks ago at 3:19 a.m., a message that made my blood go cold. There's someone standing outside your door. I wanted you to know in case you couldn't see them. I had no memory of that night. I checked my own texts, nothing unusual. Checked the news, nothing on my street. But I had a habit of leaving my front door unlocked. I'd mentioned it to a friend, careless. I knew it. I checked my door that night. It was unlocked. I deleted the app. Obvious move. I deleted it, wiped the data, and slept with my phone face down for the next 2 weeks. Then, one night, I woke up at 3:12, just eyes open, nothing specific that woke me. I lay there in the dark. My phone was face down, screen off, app deleted. The phone buzzed, one notification, from a number I didn't recognize. I turned the phone over. The message read, "You should lock your door." Beat. I still don't know how a deleted app sends a text. I contacted the app developer. Their support team said the account had been flagged for unusual data activity 3 months prior, and that they had no record of the messages I described. They said their app doesn't have a chat function. It never has. So I went back through my phone storage. I found the chat thread saved as a .txt file in a folder I didn't create. Read only. I couldn't delete it. The last message in the thread is dated 2 days from the day I'm recording this. It says, "I'll check in soon. I've been sleeping with the lights on." 2 down, 1 left. I want you to think about the last time you stood in front of a mirror alone, late at night, the kind of quiet where you can hear your own heartbeat. Did you look long enough to be sure? Sure that what was looking back was actually you? The person in this last story looked too long, and what she saw blinked first. I want to be clear that I'm not someone who scares easily. I'm a nurse. I work trauma. I've seen things that would end most people's appetite for horror content entirely. So when I tell you what I saw in my bathroom mirror, I need you to understand that I was awake, sober, clear-headed, and I need you to understand that what I saw was me, except it wasn't moving right. It started in October. I'd be brushing my teeth and catch my reflection doing something. A slight tilt of the head, a shift in expression, just a fraction of a second behind me. Not lagging, behind, like it was choosing to mirror me on a delay. I replaced the mirror, thought it might be warped glass, new mirror. Same thing. I started avoiding the bathroom at night, using the hallway mirror instead for the morning routine. Then the hallway mirror started doing it too. I set up my phone to record the bathroom mirror overnight, 3 nights in a row. Night 1, nothing. Night 2, nothing. Night 3. I walked past the bathroom at 2 a.m. to get water. I didn't go in. The light was off. When I reviewed the footage the next morning, the recording showed a figure standing at the mirror for 11 seconds. In the dark, no light on, standing exactly where I stand. When I zoomed in, it was me. My height, my hair, my white sleep shirt, but it was facing the mirror, and I had never gone in. I watched that clip 40 times. On the 41st time, I noticed its mouth. It was moving, small movements, like it was practicing something, like it was learning how to form words it hadn't needed yet. I sent the clip to my sister, asked her what she saw. She called me immediately, didn't say hello, just said, "That's not you." I asked her why. She said, "Your hands. You hold them differently. Whatever that is, it doesn't know what to do with the hands." I hadn't mentioned the hands. That was 4 months ago. Here's what I know now. I covered every mirror in my house. I haven't looked directly at my reflection since November, and everything has been fine. Everything has been completely normal, except one thing: the people around me at work, my friends, my sister. They've all said in the past few weeks something that changes slightly each time but carries the same meaning. You seem different. You seem more relaxed. You've been smiling more. I don't know what it is. You just seem lighter lately. I haven't been smiling more. I don't feel lighter, which means one of two things. Either something is wearing my face in the world, or something has been wearing it inside this house, and I've stopped being able to tell which one is me. 3 people, 3 different rooms. All of them thought they were alone. If any of this happened to you, you already know which story found you. Drop it in the comments. And if you're watching this late, alone, right now, don't check your reflection tonight. Just don't. I'll see you in the dark.